this ad and you can get a discount.
Make the places you care about more comfortable and energy efficient with TVA Energy Right. It all starts at EnergyRight.com, where you can find everything you need to lower your energy usage for your home or your business. Contact Caney Fork Electric Energy Advisors Dale or Chris at 931-473-3116 or go to EnergyRight.com to start living and working more energy efficiently. Caney Fork Electric along with EnergyRight.com for all your energy needs. Brought to you by Caney Fork Electric Cooperative and TVA.
The WBMC Special Events Department, in cooperation with the leading industries of McMinnville and Warren County, take pleasure in presenting The Year in Review, Part 1.
From the WBMC studio in McMinnville, Tennessee, you're listening to Town Talk with your host, Raven Young.
Good morning. My name is Raven Young. You are listening to Town Talk. Thank you for being here with us and getting your morning started. And we kicked off with a little throwback there.
Yes, we did.
How did we get that? Did we go back and dig through the archives, or?
We had a guest that'll come on later send it in.
Oh, perfect. So
yes, but not our archives.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, today is WBMC's 70th birthday.
Yep.
Very excited that the show is still going on, that WBMC is still here,
Right.
that people have chosen to invest in radio.
Right.
How cool is that?
And it's ironic because it's the most celebrated of, the heritage stations, but it's not the oldest.
Right.
This WAKI is older,
Right.
but it wasn't always AKI. It has been WBMC since May the 1st, 1955.
Yes.
That is remarkable.
It absolutely is. I'm excited. Today's going to be a good day. We have a lot of WBMC previous employees and WBMC greats coming in to talk to us. So.
And those that can no longer be with us, some we've still going to have in spirit today. So
Yes.
we've got some special things up our sleeves.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So we're going to have Brian Kell.
Yep.
We're going to have Chuck Haston.
Correct.
We're going to have Bill Zachman.
Correct.
And we're going to have Jay Walker.
That's not his name. What's his name, Raven?
The Warren County Sports Hall of Fame, Jay Walker.
Member of the Warren County Sports Hall of Fame, but I'll let it slide this time. He's coming on 8:30, so you've still got 90 minutes to figure out what his name is.
I'm pretty sure that if I say, hey, Jay Walker, he's going to respond.
Well, only because he's polite, but inside it chaps him to no end that is no longer his name.
Do you think that's true, or does it just chap you to know?
I am his booking agent and public relations manager, and I know all about my star client.
Okay. I will try.
Because I knew his
do
hiking
better.
schedule, so I knew we could squeeze this one in before he took his next hike. So a lot of
okay.
work's going into this, Raven.
I know. You have done great with booking guests this week for today's special show.
Yeah, apparently I'm better at booking historical guests and not, here's what's happening currently.
Hey, you know what? I just think it's great. I'm excited to celebrate WBMC today and to have people come in and reminisce on their time here.
And as of now, no cake, but the show is still early.
We shall see who shows up with cake. I'm not sure.
I kind of hope it's like yesterday where everybody showed up with biscuits. I kind of hope everybody just shows up with cake today.
I think that sounds like a great plan.
Right.
We'll see what happens. I did talk to people about it yesterday, but
Okay.
whether it actually follows through, we'll see.
Okay.
I don't know. But we have a great show coming up for all of our guests or listeners today. Specific announcement, we will be doing birthdays and anniversaries at the end of the show today, but we will be doing birthdays and anniversaries for today, May 1st, tomorrow, May 2nd, Saturday, May 3rd, and Sunday, May 4th. So we are doing 4 days worth of birthdays. The post is up, so if you want to put them on Facebook, I will grab them from there.
Okay.
But just FYI, everybody, get those birthdays in the next little bit. So
Because tomorrow's show's a best of.
yes, okay. Wonder which one Connor picked.
I think the running is still today's show, but
Oh, okay.
it could be wrong. I could be wrong.
It's segments from every single show we've ever done.
Oh, that'd be fun.
That
Kind of
So
those
each
little.
segment has basically 6 different episodes in there.
sounds like it's a lot of work on your part. You
Already got it done.
Okay. All right. So we'll see what happens.
He may be sitting in there during other shows in which he looks like he's producing. He's secretly just been editing us the whole time.
Oh yeah.
Definitely did not do that during Sports Authority last night
Right?
because I have to leave early today. I want
Okay.
to make sure all my stuff's done.
Hey, I'm just glad that Town Talk is getting all your attention. I am proud of
Oh,
that.
it's not. That was the easiest thing. I just went and cut out your parts and just added my parts back in. That's why there's 6 episodes worth of stuff in one segment.
It's just Connor and I bantering.
Back and forth,
it's weird
yeah.
because I keep calling him Raven, and we don't know why.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I do want to say a special thank you to Security Federal Savings Bank, who is a wonderful sponsor of Town Talk. We appreciate all of the team members over at Security Federal Savings Bank. You can go see Sabrina Keaton and the lending team. They can help turn your life goals into accomplishments, whether it's purchasing a home or just debt consolidation. Security Federal Savings Bank will keep it simple. Security Federal Savings Bank, the friendliest bank in town, equal housing lender, member FDIC. Thank you, Security Federal, for being a wonderful sponsor of Town Talk.
You know, they've been with WBMC
Yeah.
for many, many years.
Okay, so I wonder, I don't know how old Security Federal Savings Bank is.
I think they started in the 70s.
Okay, so 50 years probably.
I'll look.
Ish. Okay, we'll see if we can find that.
Secfed.net.
Yeah.
SECFED.
Yeah, I'm sure they have a little It's History tab on there somewhere giving their background.
I don't think they titled it like
Yeah,
what we title our segment.
but they
Call it Our History.
right. See, I was
Oh,
close.
founded in 1960.
60. Okay, so then that is 65 years.
There you go.
Wow. Okay, so they're not too far behind WBMC.
Not at all.
They've probably been with WBMC for a long
That's
long
what I'm
time.
saying.
Yeah, cool. All right. Everybody's celebrating, like, we're getting to good round numbers.
Right.
Or 65, 70. Those are technically 65 isn't a round number, I don't guess, but whole numbers.
There you go. Increments of 5, which are everybody's favorite
Exactly.
when it comes to years.
So those are big ones to celebrate.
Okay.
So. All right. Well, we are going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we have some Main Street Journal news, right?
We do?
I hope so.
Yeah, we probably do.
Okay.
I can probably find something.
I'm sure all of the stories that are being
Right.
put out on the Journal, think we can find something. So we'll be right back with more Town Talk.
It's another tequila sunrise.
10 years. What an honor to serve our community as Best of the Best Nursing Home for 10 years in a row. Did you know at NHC Healthcare that we offer a specialty in lymphedema treatment, an option for a short respite stay, and lots of local people to serve you and your family? Stop by and visit us at 928 Old Smithville Road and follow our Facebook page at NHC Healthcare McMinnville to see what really makes us the best of the best.
Where can you go to spend some quality up-close and personal time alone with none other than 3 Star Cinema? Head over to the most affordable and convenient place in town featuring the latest releases fresh on the silver screen. 3 Star Cinema.
Now showing Until Dawn, rated R. Minecraft, rated PG. The Accountant 2, starring Ben Affleck, rated R. The King of Kings, rated PG. Drop, rated PG-13.
Sparta Street, McMinnville. 3 Star Cinema, where the stars come out at night.
Lester's Body Shop is located at 212 Old Morrison Road in the West Riverside area. Owner Terry Fowler values all of his customers. He is the best place to take your car, truck, van, or SUV for any type of body work. And one estimate from Lester's is all you need. Friendly, professional, reliable, and dependable. That's Terry and the gang at Lester's Body Shop, 212 Old Morrison Road. Call 473-5421.
Douglas and Lanier, that's where I choose to be. Douglas and Lanier, that's the agency for me.
For rock-solid insurance coverage or sound financial planning for my family's future, Douglas and Lanier is where I choose to call home. Call Douglas and Lanier, your local Erie agents, at 811 Faulkner Springs Road, McMinnville, at 931-474-0044.
Did you know that NHC was the first Medicare-certified home health care agency in Tennessee? NHC Home Care has been committed to providing exceptional care. The reason for our success, we hire great clinicians who go above and beyond for our patients. And one of those is Jamie Harriman. Jamie has been practicing for over 32 years. When asked what she loves most about her job, she stated, seeing my patients get better and gain their independence back. So remember, when you need home health care services, ask for NHC Home Care and experience the NHC difference, serving you for over 50 years.
Get ready for the ultimate Cinco de Mayo celebration at Los Trojas Cantina, the home of the legendary Margarona. All-day drink and food specials, free t-shirts, and here's the twist. You could be our 300th or 500th guest and win a surprise giveaway. Gather your crew and head to Sparta Street for non-stop fiesta vibes. Cinco de Mayo at Los Trojas Cantina, May 5th. Don't miss it.
Local, national, and everything in between. Here's the news.
It's the Main Street Journal news time. Ta-da.
That it is.
Property owners in Warren County are receiving or have received assessment change notices from the county assessor's office.
Yes.
These notices reflect updated property values based on current market trends and are part of a reappraisal required by law every 5 years. Although many property values have increased since 2020, the notices are not tax bills.
Correct.
I'll repeat for emphasis, the notices are not tax bills.
Yes.
State law mandates a revenue-neutral process, meaning the county cannot collect more tax revenue overall due to reappraisal. Whether a property owner's taxes rise or fall depends on how the new value compares to the countywide average increase of 65%.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the next line, I meant to do more research because it was submitted to me. It says the assessor's office is available to answer questions, but I don't like that statement. I want the phone number, so hold on.
Okay, so go find their phone number for the assessor's office.
I'm not just going to give you Beth Martin's actual number.
Yeah, I don't think she'd appreciate that being put out on air.
You can call if you have questions. The property assessor, 931-473-3450.
Okay. Yes, call for more information before everybody just freaks out. And I do know that if you are very unhappy with your assessment, that it also can be disputed.
Okay.
You can go and present your case to why you think your property is less worth than what than what the assessment is.
It's not worthless. It's just
sorry.
Well, it might be worthless, but
you can make that case.
Yep.
Not saying it's going to work every single time, but you can make that case and dispute it. But call Beth Martin and the ladies over at the property assessor's office for
wonderful office
additional information.
Are you saying that jumping to conclusions is a poor form of exercise?
Absolutely.
That'll preach.
Yeah.
I have. In sports, I'm sorry, are you done with the property assessor? Okay. In the world of sports, Warren County High School students Maya Williams, Sarah Grissom, and Ashlyn Terry, they signed with Tennessee Tech's dance program during a special college signing ceremony.
Yes, I saw pictures of that.
Okay.
I think they're going to Tennessee Tech.
Correct. Wings up. For more info, subscribe. www.mainstreetjournal.llc.
That is really exciting for the students. They didn't do that when I cheered and was in high school. The signing, at least not for like all the other sports. They might have done it for like big sports like football and basketball or something, but they didn't do it for everybody. But now they do. But I know that's a really special recognition program that these student athletes are able to be recognized and be able to go on for their
I feel
sport.
like the cost of the photo op banner must have decreased tremendously because now everybody has one for these signing events. I wonder if that's why they didn't do them before.
I don't know.
They didn't have a good backdrop because you got to do it for the
Maybe.
gram.
Right.
I don't know what that means. I just hear that a lot.
Instagram.
I knew that, but Cade and the intern's all about this hip lingo, and I'm like, whatever.
I don't know, but congratulations to those dancers as
Very
they
much
move
so.
on to be able to dance at Tennessee Tech. Anytime that you are able to do a collegiate sport, I think it's pretty impressive and shows a lot about the work ethic of those student athletes because it takes a lot to be able to do, because college is different than high school.
Yes.
Just in the workload, you have to time management, all the stuff. But especially when you add on a sport on top of that, it takes a lot of work ethic to do it. So kudos to those students.
Right.
Absolutely.
By the way, did you notice we have a pet mascot today in the studio?
I saw a fly or
His name is
moth
Marty.
or something flying around. Yeah, we might need to get a fly swat at some point. He just flew through.
His name is Marty. How are you going? You can't. Well, I've named him. You can't kill him.
Marty Robbins are going to use the big iron to get him.
Yep.
There's another article on the Main Street Journal.
Oh, is it the one called "It's Fun to Strip Together"?
Yeah. I like Seth's title there. I thought that was catchy because Back to the Strip is Saturday.
It sure is.
So that is the right opinion that is on the Main Street Journal.
Boy, he's just full of puns.
Yes, it's fun to strip together.
I wouldn't know.
Thanks, Seth.
My favorite comment is he shared it, and somebody's comment was, "Why did Star 107 laugh?"
I know. Yeah.
It's like, maybe because I'm funny.
Yeah.
You know?
And they were like, but I read the article and I didn't see what was funny. And now going back that they maybe any in the actual body of the article wasn't funny. Maybe it was just the title and they might have just skipped over that, not really.
Okay, but the title alone is enough.
But yeah, that's why Star 107 laughed, I think.
Because out of all the stations to laugh,
yes,
it would be Star 107.
Mm-hmm. But in this article, one of the largest community gatherings will take place this Saturday as Back to the Strip returns for its 14th year. What began in 2012 as a way for friends to reunite and recapture memories of growing up in McMinnville has grown into a large fundraiser and one of the biggest community events of the year. The efforts of Chris Terry, Mary Walker, Leanne Brewer, Rob Nunley, and all the people at Custom Vinyl, Signs, and Shirts, Back to the Strip boards members, and countless numbers of donors and volunteers have made this beloved event which unites the community in a common cause and does a lot of good for the people who need it.
Right.
So that is Saturday, and there will be things going on
all day,
pretty much all day, because there's car shows that happen. It's not just the cruise and the strip at night, right. But it will be all day events, and it is a great fundraiser.
And don't forget, from 5:30 to 7, if you are out and about, stop by NHC 928 Old Smithville Road, drive through their little circle-ish drive.
Yes.
And the residents would love to see that.
Yeah, I would also like to note, because I have seen this flashing sign this week.
Is it up already?
On my way home for that you have to wear seatbelts.
Oh, yeah.
Hands-free devices.
Yep.
All actual driving laws do apply, or laws in general apply, even at Back to the Strip. Yeah. So just FYI, if you are cruising, remember to wear your seatbelt. Don't use your cell phones while you're driving. All of those great things.
Because
keep that in mind.
Law enforcement is out to make sure that you abide by the law. Mm-hmm. And I have seen many people get a ticket from the bicycle cop because everybody's going slow enough.
Yeah.
They can catch you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's basically a parking lot all the way down Chancery Street, all down the Strip. So. But, people are having a lot of fun. People go and set up their chairs and hang out. And, there'll be, I'm sure, restaurants doing special food deals. There's going to be booths set up for different things. I mean, it's going to be a great community event. So
all around a construction zone this year.
Yeah.
Because two of the main places that people hang out, the Shell and the Warehouse Discount Grocers parking lot.
Construction.
That's what you call perfect timing.
Yeah. Well, progress.
I know. I just find it. You probably couldn't avoid it, but I just both of them at the same time is really like, oh man.
Yeah, it is. It is unfortunate in that that it's happening. Because I've been watching it the last couple of weeks, especially the one
you pass by it every day.
Yeah, in WDG especially, because it is such a large lot. I've been watching. I'm like, wonder how they're gonna block that off and make that kind of safe so that people aren't trampling all over their construction site Saturday night, because how people are, or at least I do.
No, Raven, tell me, how are people?
So
I want to know all about this people thing.
Well, so I've been thinking that all week, and they have. Obviously it is under construction, but there's still dirt. It's very much a mess. So I'm just curious to see how Saturday night goes around that. I don't know if they'll have caution tape all the way around it, trying to block it off to some degree, or what exactly will happen.
I wonder if the people that are doing the construction know what's ahead of them on Saturday. I wonder if anybody's warned them.
Surely, don't you think?
But that would involve the same people to warn them that are the same people that may or may not trample.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah. I know as a landlord, if I were in that circumstance, that I would be making very well aware of who needs to be notified of what needs. I know that because I have to pre-plan anytime we have events in downtown with like Autumn Street Fair or parades or anything. I have to make sure that my tenants and their customers have parking spots in my back lot. So I have to plan accordingly for that. And so I would hope that landlord said property owner would do that as well, but who knows? I don't actually know who that property owner is, but.
And I thought of you yesterday thinking that, because I almost called you and said, hey, did you know they're taking the front off your building? I was like, oh, wait, you talked about that on the radio the other day.
Yep, you want to see when did you drive by yesterday?
Lunch.
Okay, you probably saw most of it then. Yeah, I mean, that's what it looks like now.
Right?
Yeah, so we're taking that whole brick addition off that was added sometime in the 60s. We're taking that off, and we are going to re-brick the front, new windows, new doors, everything. I'm actually pretty excited because we're going to add some of the architectural brick details back to the front of that building that several of our other buildings in downtown have, but we lost a lot of them due to fires. And so I'm pretty excited to be able to put brick back on that. But
that'll be exciting.
Yeah, that was kind of a turn, but yeah.
Well,
anyways.
I just, we're talking about renovations and on us.
Yeah.
I was going to make sure you knew, but that's on us. She probably knows.
So just so everybody knows, Back to the Strip is Saturday. Make plans to attend if you like. If you got a cool car you want to show out or just want to go hang out with friends.
Right.
There'll be lots of things happening. But be mindful. Wear your seatbelts. Don't talk on your phone while you're driving. Be careful of construction sites.
Right.
PSA.
And I feel like I should make the same PSA that I make when we're getting ready to have a parade downtown.
Oh, yeah?
If you don't have to be on the Strip.
Or want to be.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't necessarily have to be, but they want to be.
But I want people to come to this. Mm-hmm. But I don't want somebody that's thought, you know what? I haven't been to Name Business on the Street in ages.
Yeah,
I think I'm just going to arbitrarily go.
Yeah, Saturday would not be.
Saturday's not your day to do that.
Yeah, unless you want to go to Back to the Strip.
But I feel like if you say that statement, you probably also don't want to see everybody out and about.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to prevent some headache and frustration.
Yeah.
Because it's going to happen. There's going to be somebody who's going to pull in and go, oh, we were just going to run and get groceries. Who knew this was happening?
Yes.
Well, we all knew it, actually. It's kind of everywhere. And our good buddy Hamilton Hobbs is going to be doing the broadcast on Star 107.
Okay. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, that's why his billboard's been up.
Right. Starting at 5. Chris Terry's going to join him. They're going to be playing some tunes.
Okay. Cool. Retha did make a comment that her understanding is they are moving the materials and that the owners of the coffee shop bought the 4 parking spots.
Okay.
So good. So hopefully somebody is doing a little bit of pre-planning there.
We hope.
Like I said, it's such a big event, you would think that they are planning ahead.
Yes, you would.
Sometimes I hope for the best. So, but it's going to be a great event. I know Chris Terry was on Behind the Mic this week with Chad Graves. I believe he was on with Simmons last week as well. So I think it's going to be a great event.
Perfect.
Looking forward to it. So
there's a birthday on our feed. Kevin Hobbs wants to add it's WBMC's birthday, but we're not eligible.
Yeah, I saw that. Darn, you don't think Chick-fil-A or Chicken Chef or Captain D's is gonna honor our gift certificate for WBMC for everybody in the building? We'll just write one for everybody.
Can everybody in the building fit inside the Chicken Chef?
Yeah.
With enough Ozempic, anything is possible, Justin.
Okay. I wouldn't know.
If they didn't have any other guest at that time, then yes, we could. If they have other tables filled, then probably not.
Right.
But
look, no one here bites except for probably Kaylee, the intern.
Oh.
Me. I think Chad, he looks like a biter.
All right.
I don't know. I think that's the entire list.
We are going to take a quick break here in just a second.
Can I do the bump out music, or do you have something?
Actually, I want to rerun that BMC interview because it was so quiet.
I just think those are so cool.
Because I have a historical tie-in as a bump song at some point.
I just really love the
you want to bump back in? Oh, no, we got
Miss Kiva. So, no, I won't bump back in. But you go ahead and do yours.
Okay, well, we're going to take a quick break.
But answer the phone first.
When we come back, we are going to be talking with Miss Kiva for some weather. So, everybody stick around. This is Raven on Town Talk.
The WBMC Special Events Department, in cooperation with the leading industries of McMinnville and Warren County, take pleasure in presenting The Year in Review, Part 1.
It's time to upgrade that new kitchen with Redmond's high-quality cabinets and countertops. Choose from a variety of styles and finishes to create the perfect look for your space. Their team of experts at Redmond's will work with you to design a functional and beautiful kitchen that meets your needs. right next to Redmond's Carpet at 2512 Old Nashville Highway. Call them at 931-668-4900. That's Redmond's Kitchen Cabinets and Countertops.
Graduation season has arrived, and the Local on Morford in the heart of downtown McMinnville is the perfect place to celebrate. Whether you're gathering in our dining room, enjoying the covered patio, or hosting a private event across the street for up to 30 guests, we've got the ideal space with customizable menus to make it your own. And don't worry, we're open until 11 p.m. and happy to host your celebration after the ceremony. Reserve your table or private event today at thelocalonmorford.com. The Local on Morford, where milestones meet memories.
At Pioneer Building Supply, we're your one-stop shop for lumber, tools, and building supplies. Whether you're tackling a major renovation or just need a few materials for a small project, we've got you covered. From framing to finishing touches, we have the products and expertise to help you get the job done right. Stop by and see us today at 231 Northgate Drive, Suite 250, McMinnville, or give us a call at 931-473-7777. Our friendly, knowledgeable team is always ready to help you with whatever you need for your next project. For 50 years, Pioneer Building Supply has been the trusted name in construction materials. We've built our reputation on quality, service, and the commitment to your success. Pioneer Building Supply, building your dreams since 1975.
Pioneer Building Supply. Pioneer Building Supply, where good business make good friends. Pioneer Building Supply.
Warehouse Discount Grocery, serving McMinnville and Warren County with the best meats, freshest produce, and the best prices on all your favorite groceries. Check out these specials. Fresh 80% lean ground chuck family pack, $3.99 a pound. Prairie Fresh bone-in pork chops family pack, $1.69 a pound. Bottom round steak family pack, $5.49 a pound. Be sure to check out the full-service deli featuring meats from Charter Reserve. Open 7 days a week at 835 Smithville Highway. That's Warehouse Discount Groceries, or WDG.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Discover The Well at Tree City. Sip on expertly crafted cocktails, savor fine wines, or enjoy zero-proof sips. There's something for everyone.
Mondays, 2-for-1 beers. Wednesdays, wind down with 50% off any bottle of wine. And on Thursdays, get $2 off any well-made libation and delicious bar bites.
Experience the elegant atmosphere and let their knowledgeable bartenders mix up your next favorite drink.
The Well at Tree City, where every pour tells a story.
Cheers to great nights.
Visit The Well at Tree City. Must be 21 or older. Please drink responsibly.
It's raining, raining, raining here this morning. Sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows. Everything that's wonderful is what I feel when we're together. There was thunder, thunder over Thunder Road.
The best way to start your day. Kiva Starkey reporting live from the Safley Hollow Weather Center.
Good morning, Miss Kiva. How are you?
I'm up and at 'em.
You ready to celebrate 70th birthday?
Yeah, I guess.
As ready as she's going to be.
All right.
Yeah, I'll celebrate from out here.
Okay, well, that's all right. You're with us in spirit because, well, I mean, you just came by yesterday, so.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'm done to come by for the week.
And speaking of which, I enjoyed that jelly. We got biscuits for them, and I slathered some on, and it was absolutely delicious.
So now you've eaten corn, huh?
Now I have eaten corncob jelly.
Well,
Yes.
so have I. I tried some as well.
Yes, Justin tried it. Connor, did you put the jelly on your biscuit?
I did, and I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Great. So thanks, Miss Kiva, for bringing us
Wow,
all
that was a
corncob
real-
jelly. That was heartfelt.
Yeah.
That was actually real.
Yeah.
You would know because you've gotten us so many so compliments.
Yeah.
Well, Miss Kiva, what is your favorite WBMC memory, you know, since you've been with us so long?
Well, I used to do the news from Irving College School when I was a senior.
Mm-hmm.
I called in on Monday afternoon at 3 o'clock,
Okay.
and that's when they were up to Sudbury.
Oh, okay. Okay. Do you remember is there any news story that you reported on back then that sticks out to you that you remember?
No, it was just the school news
Right.
about things that were happening at school.
Right, but does anything stand out?
No.
Okay, that was too long ago. Sorry.
No, it wasn't. It was just 4 years ago.
Oh, 4 years?
Mhm.
That's all right. My memory doesn't go back 4 years either half the time. So
Well, it's been longer than 4 years.
Okay,
I know,
5.
I know.
That was in 1964.
Oh man. Okay. All
That's
right.
probably before you were born.
It was. Yes, that is an accurate statement.
But, yeah. Well, one thing that happened in the Irving College area on May the 3rd, 1951, there was a tornado hit the old gym, the original one, and tore it down. The gym was upstairs and the cafeteria was underneath it.
Oh. Wow.
And there was a tornado that hit it.
Okay.
And
I don't think that's how they meant to build it, for the cafeteria to be under the gym.
Well,
but-
you know.
yeah, they rebuilt the gym, and now they've got another. They've got 2 gyms now up there, but
Okay.
the original one that was built with the school, the tornado tore it down.
Okay. I haven't been to Irving College School and probably since elementary school,
Oh.
so it's been a long time for me. So I don't even remember. Did they have 2 gyms back then? I only just remember
No,
one, but
I think they just. It hadn't been but a few years ago they built the other.
oh, okay.
one.
So they did in addition. Gotcha.
Yeah, it was.
I didn't know that.
It was after my kids got out of school up there
Okay.
that they built it. But
Well, Kava would know.
Kava would know. She knows everything.
I would know.
Well, what do you have for us on the weather front today?
Well, it rained some this morning.
Oh.
It did.
And that's the first of the month.
Yep.
You know what that means?
What does that mean? You told us, but I don't remember.
15 days of rain.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be raining on
Don't get mad at me.
I'm going to need that to not happen because I really need some construction to go forward, and the rain is killing us, or the threat of rain is killing us.
Well,
Why'd you save all your concrete work to do in
How much
April
you
and
want to
May?
guess the rain for the month?
The rain for April,
The
not
rain
for May.
April of this year.
I don't know. Let's go with 4.8.
Oh, man. I'm going to go just a hair less.
Yeah, it was a bliss. 4.47.
Was really close though.
Especially for not keeping tabs on it.
Yeah, that is really absolutely the most random guess ever. So to get that close, I feel.
Well, in my mind, I had 4.6.
Okay.
But I didn't remember either.
Okay.
But we're behind on the rain for the year. We've only got 18.97 inches.
Okay.
And usually we have 20.
But we're not in drought conditions or anything again,
No.
right? Okay.
In 2019, we had 38.52 at this point in time.
Oh, okay.
But this year we've got 1897. So we're behind on it.
97. Okay. Well, what's our other weather for previous years?
Well, last year we had 20.80 at this time.
Oh, wow.
In 2023 we had 18.65. In 2022 we had 24.58.
Okay.
2021 we had 21.80. 2020 we had 35.43.
Whoa.
That was the year when we got so much in February.
Right.
Well,
And
2020 was just a
2019,
strange year in general. So
38.52, and 2018, 22.37.
All right. Okay. Yeah, we are way off.
And that's as far back as the numbers in the Safely Hollow Weather Center go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's all right.
But our high yesterday was 88. Last year on today, it was 83. 2 years ago, it was 65. We was having one of our winters.
Uh-huh.
And 3 years ago, it was 80. And our low this morning was 65.
Okay.
Well, there we go.
There we go. And I think it looks like about 80 for the high today. So
Yeah.
it's going to be a hot one.
Yeah, again.
Yes.
But maybe
All
you'll
right.
get your elevator fixed.
Well, if it doesn't stop raining, I can't get concrete poured to be able to continue on. So I'm kind of at a standstill until we get a very...
Well, it's supposed to be pretty all next week.
I sure hope so. Fingers crossed.
So you got a week
I
to
need
do
it.
this.
I know. I need
Yeah.
it. It's
You're
been
supposed
put
to
off.
get it done next
It's
week.
been put off, I think, 4 times now. So, yeah, because of the threat of rain.
Which is
So.
why I'm not in the concrete pouring
Yeah,
business.
so I am ready to have some sunshine so I can get some concrete poured so that we can continue on building our elevator for you.
All right.
All right. Well, Miss Kava, we have got to let you go for the day.
And you get tomorrow off, by the way.
Yeah, we're giving you tomorrow off, so you get a break, paid holiday and everything.
Well, what's tomorrow?
Well,
Whistle Britches is going to be out.
yes. So we decided.
Well, he didn't even talk to me this morning.
Man, Connor.
Sorry, I was trying to get. I had two next gen screens open.
Excuses.
I was trying to
Yes.
see. Here's what it was, Ms. Kaiva. We all know how Raven likes to break the phone lines.
Yeah.
I'm trying to prevent that
Okay.
because
Good.
people are going to want to call in,
Yeah, they are.
and
They are.
Raven doesn't want them to. I want them to, and so I'm trying to keep everything going. That's all it is.
Okay.
Oh, thanks, Connor.
So
All
we
right.
get a holiday
Yep, we get a holiday tomorrow, but we will be back on Monday and hope that we plan to talk to you then.
Okay.
All right. Well, you
Or
have
midnight come in here to talk to you.
Oh man. Well, hello, Midnight.
Yeah, she came in here and got up on my table.
She's telling you it's time to go. It's time to feed me.
Yep, it's time.
No, she wants me to let her outside.
Oh, okay. That's close.
Okay. Time for something. All right. Well, we've got to take a break. Thank you, Miss Kava. We'll talk to you on Monday.
Okay. All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
You still want me to bump out with this?
Yeah, you can go ahead and bump out
Okay.
with that.
All right.
You ready for your history lesson?
Yes.
May 1st, 1955.
Okay.
Jim Eastman.
Okay.
First on-air person.
Yes.
Board hopping.
Right.
Was Norman Roan.
Okay.
Later, Dr. Norman Roan.
Right.
Sign on with the national anthem.
Okay.
First song played on WBMC. This is a later recording. This is the best I could find, but we played the Stamps Quartet doing I'll Fly Away.
Okay. Are we going to play the whole thing?
Probably not for copyright reasons.
But this was the first song played on WBMC.
Okay. Well, we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we have more show coming up for you. And who's our special guest?
Bill Zeckman.
Bill Zeckman's coming in are here in just a couple minutes, so we'll be back with more Town Talk.
That celestial shore, I'll fly away. I'll fly away.
Ascension St. Thomas River Park is here to listen to you because caring for you is our #1 priority. Ascension care teams start by understanding you, your health, and your life to deliver care that's right for you. Now offering cardiac CT angiography services, a non-invasive cardiac exam that looks at the blood vessels that supply blood to the heart and can detect if plaque has narrowed the coronary arteries. The compassionate, personalized care you've come to expect is right here in McMinnville. We're more than just a hospital, ER, and a clinic. We want to give you hope, health, and strength.
McMinnville, you're a part of me. McMinnville, McMinnville, Tennessee. There's nothing like you anywhere around. I'm proud to say you're my hometown.
This is Christy Partain with Graves Family Pharmacy, and we check all the boxes when it comes to family, community, and patient care. We have the best drive-through in town where you will be greeted with a smile, and you can talk to us while being fully protected from the sun and the rain. Why go to a big box store when you can talk with local people that truly care about you and your family? Follow us on Facebook and feel free to ask questions. Come see us on Main Street at Graves Family Pharmacy, where you are much more than just a name and date of birth.
McMinnville, Tennessee.
Getting a loan can sometimes be confusing and intimidating. You may have questions before you make the decision to borrow money. If you need help with a car, home, or personal loan, I'd be glad to talk it over with you. Come by and see me, Meredith Woodley, or any of our lending team. At Security Federal Savings Bank, we look forward to helping you find the answers you need to feel at ease with your next purchase. That's Security Federal Savings Bank, the friendliest bank in town. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Big savings, short month.
Now is the time to buy at Ed Rogers Valley Ford. Get in the new Ford you've been dreaming of. A 2024 Ford Escape, $7,000 off MSRP, just $24,985 after rebate.
Make your escape with the SUV to carry the family and all the necessities: clothes, sports equipment, groceries.
Test drive a new Ford Bronco at Ed Rogers Valley Ford. Power to get the work done. And right now, get up to $19,200 off MSRP. Several Broncos in stock now.
The Ford F-150 is tough. Always has been. Always will be. Your 2024 F-150 is waiting at Ed Rogers Valley Ford. Save $8,550 off MSRP right now.
Talk about power. Talk about luxury. The Ford Expedition and Expedition Max combines them both. $12,000 off MSRP.
Big savings, short month.
And the clock's ticking, so get to Ed Rogers Valley Ford right now. 111 Auto Lane in Sparta. Or view all the current inventory at EdRogersValleyFord.com.
Big savings now.
WBMC McMinnville, 960 AM and 97.7 FM. WBMC.
Installment of the Year in Review is presented today, covering the period January through June 1959 on the local scene. The magnitude of...
Taking us back in time.
Right?
Tell you what. Welcome back. My name is Raven Young. You are listening to Town Talk. Thank you for being here with us this morning. And I do want to give a quick thank you shout out to Begonias for being a sponsor of Town Talk. It is Thirsty Thursdays. Swing by for buy one, get one draft beers from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. They have delicious food, unbeatable deals. Begonias is the place to be. So go see all of our friends down at Begonias for lunch today, dinner, whatever you desire. So we appreciate our friends. And now we have special guest, Mr. Bill Zachman, in with us this morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good to see you both.
Absolutely.
And Begonias, yes, that's been a go-to place for the Zachman family.
Yes.
Birthdays and special occasions.
Yes, the Young family as well. We go there frequently. So
the Reed family hasn't yet, but we need to.
Oh, yeah, you need to.
Well, it's local enterprise, local initiative, and, obviously we need to support that. But the idea of local food,
absolutely,
not shipped in.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that we, are not going to consume heavily processed, shipped in, prepackaged food, but this is something made on site.
Yeah, they make their dough every day. They make their pasta every day, their sauce. I mean, they make a lot of stuff in-house from scratch. It's great quality stuff.
It makes a difference.
It really does. I know a lot of their salad comes from some local farmers here as well. The salad mix that they use, the lettuce and stuff. So Seth really tries to do as much local as he can, and it makes a difference in the quality and how the food tastes. So
it makes a difference.
Yeah, it does. Well, thank you for being here this morning, though.
Raven, Justin, it's just a pleasure to be here. The visible circumstances have changed tremendously.
Big time.
And definitely on the upside.
Yes.
So I want to compliment and congratulate Main Street Media for the vision, for the idea that local live radio is worth doing. And it's here to stay. We've heard dire predictions about how the social media and other delivery platforms would displace it hasn't happened, and I don't
Right.
think it's going to happen.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
And I think it's vitally important for our nation, for
Mhm.
our civilization, in fact, if we have a lot of voices
Right.
in the public airwaves, in electronic media, the more voices, the better.
Absolutely.
Because the alternative to that is having one voice,
Mhm.
and that's the government's voice, the voice that's imposed on us from on high.
Right.
And of course, that means, governments where you have, obviously, and certainly very much in evidence around the world today, totalitarian governments or
Mhm.
authoritarian
Right.
governments. They don't like competition
Mhm.
in the marketplace of ideas. They want one idea. They want uniformity. They want
Right.
their idea. And if the average citizen disagrees,
Mhm.
dissents, wants to offer an alternative perspective,
Mhm.
they do everything they can to silence that voice.
Right.
So-
Yeah, I think that's one thing that Main Street Media has done really well, though, in investing in local radio. Obviously, we are using other avenues as far as we have the social media aspect
Sure.
as well. We have Facebook and stuff like we
Well,
do
it's a
the live now.
combination, yeah.
But I really think the investment that Mark, Chad, and Scott are all making here at Main Street Media is really making a difference in our community and to help keep radio alive. I mean, I think that's very important, and it's definitely made a turn for the better. I think here in the last bit. So I'm excited for the future, and hopefully WBMC has another 70 years.
Right.
Well, it has had a great, from 70 years ago from the start.
Mhm.
And in my generation, we can remember when local radio was the
Right.
it.
That was
thing.
it, yeah.
That was what was happening.
Mhm.
That was the focal point.
Right.
That and the print media. You have
Yes.
a newspaper, sometimes
Mhm.
two newspapers, but those local radio stations, not only in their public service role,
Right.
in providing information that builds and strengthens the community,
Mhm.
but just the idea that people come together
Right.
and share these voices. I don't think radio's going away.
Yeah, that's one thing I love about Town Talk is all of our listeners that call in, they comment on Facebook, and we're able to talk to them because
It's an interaction.
Yeah, I love that interaction with all the listeners, and I think that's important. I mean, that's what Town Talk is. I think it's talking about the
So,
town.
Can we take a trip down memory lane?
I would love to.
Let's go.
Bill Zachman, when was the first time you were on WBMC?
Oh, it would have been in the 1960s.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
Mid-60s. I can remember some of what we would call the giants of radio that started out on WBMC. Many of them stayed there for their entire career. And, there were just very familiar voices that people came to know, to love, to respect.
But has anybody killed a fly while you were
I'm
trying
so
to answer?
sorry. That is the biggest fly I've ever seen, and I was
Raven, I've got to say, I don't know whether your camera got that, but Raven handled that with, that's what I call professionalism. When
Right?
something like that happens, and you just keep right on. You just keep
going.
right on going. You don't miss a lick. You just keep right on going. Congratulations. You did that beautifully.
Hey, don't worry, Raven.
You
The
got
camera
that.
caught the sinister glee in your eyes.
That was the biggest fly I've ever
Dispatch
seen,
that
and it just
fly.
kept going. And so I was trying not to interrupt, and so sorry.
That wasn't your normal house fly. That was a special species right there.
We brought him in the studio to celebrate the 70th, but there weren't those plans for the 8 o'clock hour, so we'll just have to back up and punt at this
Oh
point.
man, I'm sorry I interrupted there. We were hearing a wonderful story. I just saw an opportunity and I had to take it. So.
You did. But of course, WBMC starting on the air. It was in the post-war years, and of course, World War II changed our society forever.
Absolutely.
And I think that after all of the difficulties and the stress of the war years, we came back. We started building factories,
right?
Especially here in the South, and it was changing the complexion. We were going from basically an agricultural society, an agrarian society. We were really coming into the industrial age, about 150 years late. But, it was happening.
Right.
And I think radio, WBMC played an essential role in that in this little spot on the planet Earth.
Absolutely.
Because it helped, I think, interpret what was going on. It brought some familiar voices into a time that could have been a little bit uncertain, a little bit scary for some people.
Yeah.
It just helped with the transition.
I agree completely.
There's a beautiful collage that used to hang up where the rock wall is now, that's now in the back, that we need to put back out. But there is a very prominent picture of a Bill Zekman.
Yes.
Working away tirelessly.
Is that dreadful picture of me and the hair?
The hair is wonderful.
The hair.
The hair is wonderful, Mr. Zekman.
Well, we had a different style.
Yes.
We had a different aesthetic.
Hey, and that's okay.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm all for
we may
it.
look back on our hair one day and go, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think I've already done that on, maybe about 15 years prior.
Okay.
I've already made that conclusion. So I think we all feel that way at some point in time.
We look back and we say, how quaint those people were.
Yeah.
They just weren't with it.
Well, do you have a favorite memory here at WBMC?
Oh, I'd have to think about it. That's sort of the ambush question,
I
Raven,
know,
because
I
I
know.
wasn't expecting that.
Just
but-
something that stands out to you from your time here.
Or just make something up.
Yeah, you
Well,
could.
okay,
You-
well,
people would
okay.
never know.
We don't know how much of history is actually embellishment. Might have started with a little
It might
particle
have.
truth,
Yeah.
and then the historians thought, well, that's a pretty good story, but we can make it better. We're going to enrich that story. The force, the dynamic force, was largely Chick Brown, Franklin H. Chick Brown. Came from a newspaper background. He was General Douglas MacArthur's press aide during the war in the Pacific Theater. He came back to McMinnville. His father owned a newspaper here. He was brought up in the newspaper business, which is very much different from what it is today.
Right.
That has evolved a lot also. But he made the transition to radio when the station went on the air in 1955. Made that transition, and he brought with him a sense of professionalism about journalism. Journalism that wasn't going to be satisfied with just the superficial, the who, what, when, where.
Right.
He wanted to ask why. And there were so many times when he would ask, well, Zekman, why didn't you ask that question? What? Well, yeah. And I didn't feel good about it at the time. I've got to tell you, he had a ballpoint pen, and you wouldn't think much of it nowadays with all the modern technology, but it had 3 different inks in it, 3 different tubes of ink. There was a red, a blue, and a black. And he would push the red button when he was marking up my news column. And he would correct it. It looked like a bloody mess. It looked like it was It looked like it was bleeding all over the place because of all the mistakes.
Oh, man.
And not just mistakes, but weaknesses. Where it could have been better. And why I didn't ask, not just the who, what, when, but the why.
Right.
Why is this happening?
Yeah.
What's the background? There has to be some reason for this.
That's a great story.
It has been a
It
long
was,
time
yeah.
since I've heard a Chick Brown impression.
Yeah.
There are certain, because I've been here 7 years, so I was still with some of those that would, I'd get the Bud Godwin, I'd get the Durham.
Yeah.
There may have been a Bill Zekman once or twice.
Yeah, okay.
I'm flattered.
But
there was
never heard the Chick Brown one before,
Yes.
so this is new.
Okay.
Chick was we'd say a unique figure.
Yes.
But he really had a lot of influence on the upside, on
Right.
the positive side.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, we have to take a break. They make us take breaks around here, but I so appreciate you being in here with us today. This is great to celebrate WBMC's 70th
This
birthday.
needs to be part 1.
Yes.
I think we just have him back the whole time.
Absolutely. I agree.
If he would come.
Yeah, if you're open to coming, we should have you back on. Absolutely.
We'll be glad to do it.
All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break, but we'll be back with more Town Talk. This is Raven Young.
Have been directed in time available to the compiling of the top news stories of the year, both in commentary and on-the-spot recorded reports.
You asked for it. The adventures of Caden and Newt are on their way, where I'll share Southern Legends recipes.
We're talking fried chicken, gumbo, sweets, and a little sass too.
The countdown's on. Stay tuned for Newt and Caden cooking up the South like you've never heard before. Newt's Barbecue, Rock Island, home of the legends.
Need service for your Ford but short on time? Hi, I'm Service Manager Jordan Shank at Reddick Brown Ford, where we make it easy with complimentary pickup and delivery. Whether it's routine maintenance or repairs, we'll come to you, take care of your vehicle, and bring it right back, all without interrupting your day. Experience stress-free service from a name you trust. Schedule your appointment now at ReddickBrownFord.com. Reddick Brown Ford, where convenience meets quality care.
Make the places you care about more comfortable and energy efficient with TVA Energy Right. It all starts at EnergyRight.com, where you can find everything you need to lower your energy usage for your home or your business. Contact Caney Fork Electric Energy Advisors Dale or Chris at 931-473-3116 or go to EnergyRight.com to start living and working more energy efficiently. Caney Fork Electric along with EnergyRight.com for all your energy needs. Brought to you by Caney Fork Electric Cooperative and TVA.
Oh, why won't this work?
Don't lose your cool. Call Black's Heating and Air for a preseason check-in service on your central air conditioning system. It can increase the life and dependability of your unit while reducing the chances of a very sticky situation.
Unbelievable!
Get that air conditioner checked now.
This is Benny Black.
And this is Seth Black with Black's Heat and Air.
Call today, 931-668-0785.
Benny's slogan at Black's Heating and Air is, once you've had Black, you won't go back.
Mention this ad and you can get a discount.
Planning a move? McMinnville Moving and Storage has been trusted for over 60 years. Licensed, insured, and offering free quotes. Visit us at McMinnvilleMoving.com today. McMinnville Moving and Storage. Moving your past to your future.
Come by Coffee Bank and Trust today and start earning better interest and better cash back on your primary checking account. Pair it with our Better Together Saver account and maximize your earnings. If you want better rates and better returns on your money, stop by and see us today at Coffee Bank and Trust, a division of Coffee County Bank, member FDIC.
It's time to upgrade that new kitchen with Redmond's high-quality cabinets and countertops. Choose from a variety of styles and finishes to create the perfect look for your space. Their team of experts at Redmond's will work with you to design a functional and beautiful kitchen that meets your needs. Right next to Redmond's Carpet at 2512 Old Nashville Highway. Call them at 931-668-4900. That's Redmond's Kitchen Cabinets and Countertops.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's
Good morning. Welcome back. My name is Raven Young. You are listening to Town Talk. We have a whole bunch of throwbacks that we're playing this morning for WBMC's 70th birthday. But I do want to say a special thank you to Pioneer Lanes, bowling for the whole family, a large arcade for the kids. Pool hall is open. Full kitchen menu to help take care of dinner, weekly leagues, and pro shop for all you competitive bowlers. They have everything you want for the perfect night out. Birthday party packages and group event bundles are available for any size party. Located in McMinnville at 200 Hobson Street. We'll see you at the alley. Thank you to Pioneer Lanes for sponsoring Town Talk.
Hey, you left something out, Raven.
You know, I didn't.
Oh my gosh. Shots fired.
Yep.
You forgot to say the pool halls for all the shooters.
I know. I intentionally
Rich
skipped
gets very
over
upset
that
when
one.
you leave that out.
That's our favorite line of the
I
copy.
thought we were in a very solemn mood today, so I was going to leave that
No,
one
it's
out.
a celebration.
Well, you're getting calls on that one now. So, by the way, national anthem, that was Bud Godwin.
Uh-huh. And
we
we have
Bud Godwin. The Bud Godwin.
We have special guests in the studio, Chuck Haston and Brian Kell. So thanks for joining us today.
This is exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anytime we can get together for
Two
stuff
of
like
the
this. it's great.
WBMC greats.
We still can't look at each other in the face
Oh, no.
without laughing about something. So
we just always pick up wherever we left off last time, and then we immediately start going back into the memories and stuff. So the pre-show was pretty good.
yeah, I'll take a bit of the bandwidth real quick and tell you that hearing Bud sing that reminded me of what he used to do during gospel song time in the middle of the day. Is he would creep that mic open just a hair and sing the bass parts live on the air.
Much like Marlo singing the high parts.
I was going to say Marlo would do the high.
Kelly would do that too, yeah.
Oh, man. I just love hearing all these old stories. I
Right?
think it's great. So why don't y'all tell us a little bit about some of your times at WBMC at the radio
I'm
station?
going to defer to you because I've already been on here
whoever
talking about stuff. You're the special guest
start
this morning. Yeah.
Yeah,
You're the
you haven't-
special guest that I had to try twice to get you booked.
Okay. All right.
Because Connor couldn't do it.
My
and then
agent-
Kel texted
my
me and
agent
said,
couldn't arrange it, huh?
I know. And then Kel said, you want Chuck? I'm like, yeah, Connor couldn't do it.
Yeah, I did almost pull out the Emma Haston card.
Well,
I was
that would've been a
close.
good one.
I was close.
You know,
but,
that's always-
but Kel got you, so.
Well, no, I started, I guess, in radio, and let me say, I was kind of a flash in the pan compared to some of the folks like Bill and Jay Walker,
Mhm.
all the people.
Jake Brown.
Yeah, the mainstays of radio. But I started in, I think it was about 87.
Okay.
And I was in college, and I started out part-time and learned WBMC. And interestingly, the first person who kind of educated me on how to do radio was Bud Godwin. So that was, looking back, that was a real gift, I mean, he had been doing it all these years, and he had worked along with Chick. I never worked for Chick.
Okay.
But the stories are all legendary about
Mhm.
Chick, and Bud had a lot of great stories. And I was involved in radio probably up until about 2002, and then I went to 911. So some full time, some part time, but just generally involved in radio during that time period. A lot of changes. You know, we're still playing 45s,
right?
And manager here from
Couple of
2000 to 2002, something like that.
And that was during the time when the stations across town were WAKI and then WWEE at the time.
Okay.
Purchased and moved up here.
Right.
I got here a couple of years after Thurl Ramsey bought the stations from the management or ownership of Cumberland Valley Broadcasting.
Okay.
So they were fairly new into radio too.
Mhm.
But so we had a great crew up here, and I mean, you know,
A lot of fun times, sounds like.
oh yeah, I always tell anyone who asks, I've never laughed so hard since then.
Yeah.
But you know, we had a great time, and that was because the people who were around us and the professionalism that they had. We had a great time. We laughed a lot, but the underlying desire to be of service and to do the right things was always there.
Mhm.
And certainly Brian it was part of that.
Well, I mean, the one thing I want to say about him is that this guy taught me a lot. And when you're trying to bring 4 stations into one building, which is where we're at 25 years later, that's no easy task. Chuck did several things really well. Embracing technology, like I said, being able to find a way to get 4 stations into this building to do that, and his commitment to especially severe weather, and took that. It just really impressed upon me and everybody that worked for Chuck and with Chuck how to do that. So when he went from here to 911, it was like, of course, right?
Yeah.
I mean, of course, he,
That makes
because
sense.
they had, over the
you're
decade.
being- that's a little too
No, because technology upgrades at 911 and the commitment to just crisis situations and stuff
Right.
like that. I think he'd be fair to say that he cut his teeth, and his bedrock of what he does at 911 was birthed here.
Well, certainly the deal about having to hot swap a computer, to stay on the air. You know, we did a lot of that.
Yeah, that's true.
When the computers came along, but. Those are kind words, and Brian we worked together for quite some time, but we had a good time, but we got the job done.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, how you guys probably look at it too.
Yeah.
We try to get the job done, try to pay the bills.
We have some of those technical difficulties on occasion as well. So
They make for some great stories, actually.
Oh, they do.
I think the biggest thing that me and him bond over a lot is the talent that has come through, let's just say radio in general, but BMC over 70 years.
Yeah.
That's the stuff that me and him will hear a voice. Last night we're listening to the same stuff that you kicked off with Sekman this morning with Jim Eastman's voice.
Yeah.
Or Hal Durham especially. I remember, Chuck ended up unearthing the death of a president, part 1 or part 2. I think it was part 2 that we found. I'm not sure if part 1 ever existed, or I shouldn't say is around. But when you hear Hal Durham's voice on that, I honestly thought, well, this is a national broadcaster that they've taken these voice sound bits and turned it into a local situation. And I thought. And then he goes, and this is Hal Durham. And I was like, oh, my goodness. No wonder the Grand Ole Opry stole him. I mean, no wonder. So the voices that have been on these radio waves over the years are amazing, amazing talent.
Yeah, and that everybody recognizes. I mean, anytime I hear Jay Walker talk, I'm like, that doesn't sound right that I'm hearing him in person, not on the radio, But just the voice, and Bill Zekman's the same. Everybody recognizes those voices from over the years.
Brian Kell's got one of those very recognizable voices when he's trying to keep Michael Lawrence straight on those spots, or when we hear Chuck talking.
I know. That's a funny commercial.
When we hear Chuck talking about the 911 PSA, because we play that one a lot. So
I need to. That's been running for years. I probably need to redo that.
You're here today. We could probably make that happen
on the fly.
And I'll do you one better, because we probably should take a break.
Yeah,
it's the exact same system and exact same computer you're using then. So just like riding a bike. Just go cut yourself.
Yeah. I one memory that I wanted to get on the table here, if there's a minute or two here, is 9/11.
Yeah. And we are going to come back with y'all. So I tell you what, let's leave it with that and take a quick break. But we're coming right back with Chuck Haston and Brian Kell on WBMC. And this is Town Talk. We'll be right back. Although I say we'll be right back, but Connor's not actually listening. I think he's on the phone. So.
Let me go do that for you.
Yeah, you go fire break.
There we go. All right, so we are going to take a quick break now, but we'll be right back.
Land of endless spring, get in touch with God.
Get in touch with God. Turn your radio on.
Turn your radio on.
Turn your radio on and listen to the music in the air.
Turn your radio on.
Turn your radio on. Let the glory share. Glory share.
Turn the lights down low.
Turn the lights down low and listen to the Master's radio.
Get in touch with God.
Get in touch with God. Turn your radio on. Turn your radio on.
Warehouse Discount Grocery serving McMinnville and Warren County with the best meats, freshest produce, and the best prices on all your favorite groceries. Check out these specials. Fresh 80% lean ground chuck family pack, $3.99 a pound. Prairie Fresh bone-in pork chops family pack, $1.69 a pound. Bottom round steak family pack, $5.49 a pound. Be sure to check out the full-service deli featuring meats from Charter Reserve. Open 7 days a week at 835 Smithville Highway. That's Warehouse Discount Groceries, or WDG.
10 years. What an honor to serve our community as Best of the Best nursing home for 10 years in a row. Did you know at NHC Healthcare that we offer a specialty in lymphedema treatment, an option for a short respite stay, and lots of local people to serve you and your family? Stop by and visit us at 928 Old Smithville Road and follow our Facebook page at NHC Healthcare McMinnville to see what really makes us the best of the best.
Where can you go to spend some quality up-close and personal time alone with none other than 3 Star Cinema? Head over to the most affordable and convenient place in town featuring the latest releases fresh on the silver screen. 3 Star Cinema.
Now showing Until Dawn, rated R. Minecraft, rated PG. The Accountant 2, starring Ben Affleck, rated R. The King of Kings, rated PG. Drop, rated PG-13.
Sparta Street, McMinnville. 3 Star Cinema, where the stars come out at night.
Lester's Body Shop is located at 212 Old Morrison Road in the West Riverside area. Owner Terry Fowler values all of his customers. He is the best place to take your car, truck, van, or SUV for any type of body work. And one estimate from Lester's is all you need. Friendly, professional, reliable, and dependable. That's Terry and the gang at Lester's Body Shop, 212 Old Morrison Road. Call 473-5421.
Douglas and Lanier, that's where I choose to be. Douglas and Lanier, that's the agency for me.
For rock-solid insurance coverage or sound financial planning for my family's future, Douglas and Lanier is where I choose to call home.
Call Douglas and Lanier, your local Erie agents, at 811 Faulkner Springs Road, McMinnville, at 931-474-0044.
Did you know that NHC was the first Medicare-certified home health care agency in Tennessee? NHC Home Care has been committed to providing exceptional care. The reason for our success, we hire great clinicians who go above and beyond for our patients. And one of those is Jamie Harriman. Jamie has been practicing for over 32 years. When asked what she loves most about her job, she stated, seeing my patients get better and gain their independence back. So remember, when you need home health care services, ask for NHC Home Care and experience the NHC difference, serving you for over 50 years.
This is Kelly Marlowe, and it's that time again for Nursing Home Christmas. I don't know if you've visited the local nursing homes lately, but do you realize a lot of their residents there have little or no family left at all? That means
Good morning. Welcome back. My name is Raven Young, and you are listening to Town Talk, and we have Chuck Haston and Brian Kell in with us today celebrating WBMC's 70th birthday. So before we took the break there,
and that was Kelly Marlowe.
Yes, that was Kelly Marlowe.
Today's his birthday.
Today's his birthday.
Although I do want to ask you a quick question, because do you think it's ironic that Kelly Marlowe's grandson and your daughter are getting married?
Oh,
yeah, that's pretty. Yes. I haven't. That wasn't lost on me.
I know. I just think it's so great.
I wish Kelly was still around where I could really bother him.
Man, I did not know that.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's a great guy.
Yeah, Nate's good, but I think that's kind of
Okay,
funny
see?
that it. I mean,
I'm
stars
glad
aligned.
I'm not the only one that didn't know that, Kel.
Yes.
That makes me feel better. She also didn't know
I
that.
did not know that. That's great.
It's a
That's
December
great.
wedding.
December. That's right. That's right.
Yes.
Well, and that's
Wow.
fitting for Nursing Home Christmas.
Yes.
Yeah, December.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now, he's Nathan's great.
We could spend an hour just on Kelly
Yes,
Marlowe
we
stories in
could.
here. I'm not
We
joking.
could.
We
And,
could.
I hate to say it, they would all be true. Now, they wouldn't all
100%.
sound true.
100%. Just Godwin and Marlowe stories. We could do a 2-hour
Yeah.
block easy on Godwin and Marlowe.
You know what? We'll
Yeah.
just have to have you back on and do it again.
No one's dignity was safe.
Very true.
And
Very true.
they gave as good as they got.
Well, and we still have Kelly Marlowe's clipboard over here. That's the Swap and Shop clipboard with all his phone numbers and everything on that. We still
For the hog lady, the
Yep.
dinner bell man, you know.
Bicycle Man was.
And listen, folks need to write this stuff down because I'm not, he was very, very agitated. But let's, folks, get your pen and paper out and write this stuff down.
Yeah, well, I was never sure if he was getting mad or if he was just being helpful. But anyway. Yeah.
Oh, goodness. Well, great memories. But I know you were wanting to speak just on some of the journalism and, I mean, kind of what came out of BMC, especially with 9/11. So do you want to tell that story?
Oh, I think that was. I was sitting around the office yesterday trying to think, okay, if I had to pick one thing that involved Brian and myself and WBMC, it'd be 9/11.
Yeah.
And he and I were en route to a meeting somewhere between here and Cookeville. He gets a call from Rob Nunley, I believe. Somebody called you.
I don't know if it was that or definitely Lila called.
Anyway, somebody, and so we were hearing this. By the time we got to the meeting, somebody came in and said, okay, well, there's a plane that's hit the Pentagon now. So we all turned around and came back, and I believe that was the only time that all 4 radio stations were broadcasting the same. It was the
yeah.
ABC News.
ABC News on all, and that went on for several days. And we had people come in and talk. The county executive came in, superintendent. But that was just a day that was just kind of burned into everybody's memory. And up here, and we took that very seriously.
Absolutely.
We felt like that was our job to make sure that information got to people.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and by information, so here's the unbelievable thing. Chuck was in aviation for years before he got over here. So you had the aviation side. You had, I think, Royce Davenport, mayor of McMinnville. You had Carol Hamblin, the county executive, over here.
Yeah.
And this would have taken place, if I remember correctly, where the WOW
up front there.
Yeah, up front, the old WOW studio.
Thomas Vaughn coming in.
Yeah.
So you had the national story, obviously, being localized being localized on WBMC, on our radio stations, because it was like, the county had to prepare for, is there something else going on? The city had to prepare. Chuck was able to talk about the thing that stands out, and I say this all the time because we're driving back, and they announced that they are taking planes out of the air. All airspace. There will be nothing there.
Yeah.
Okay. And Chuck looks at me and he goes, "Did you hear that?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Did you hear what they just said?" And I said, "Well, yeah, they're obviously getting the planes down." He goes, "That's never happened."
Yeah.
I was like, "What?" He goes, "Brian, there are planes flying all the time, round the clock, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They have never had to find a place for every plane, period, to park and get down out of the air." He goes, "This is unprecedented." And I'm like, would have not known that had it not been for a fly guy that was driving as we were coming back in. Just a massive day.
But that was a day, I think, certainly you feel for the victims, but we were proud to be able to provide that kind of information to people because it was important during a national emergency.
Right.
Yeah.
And you have to remember that at the time, we didn't know what the end was.
Right.
So, we were constantly kind of geared for that next thing. But that's a day I'll never forget, really.
And at that time, social media wasn't a thing.
And
So-
cell phones were, around, but not
Early, yeah.
No Facebook.
Right. And so local radio, I mean, that's how people were getting, and I mean, the television, but that's how people were getting the news and finding out about what was going on. It was so crucial to that. When
And
I was
the
young when that happened, but I still vividly remember it
Oh,
happening.
definitely.
Yeah, and the local angle, you weren't going to get anywhere else.
Right.
So I was proud of how we did that. Even it was a terrible circumstance, but how we handled it, I was proud of that.
Yeah.
But radio's always
what everybody did.
has always shown when disasters occur. They've always shown locally.
Right.
I mean, I was here when we did all the COVID coverage. Hate to say that word, but that's all we talked about for months, and we changed the formats. And Pearl Harbor was instrumental in radio. I mean, all these different things.
Chuck
radio's there.
Yeah, and I thought about this yesterday, and Chuck may be able to either confirm this or at least go, yeah. But I want to think that WBMC in the late 60s, early 70s, maybe it had to be late 60s, won some kind of national award for their coverage of was it consolidation? There was a major topic in Warren County that was going on, and WBMC kind of treated it the way you all treated the County Powers Act, where you're blowing out coverage, you're getting all these different takes and stuff. But I want to think it was consolidation or something involving the school system that they won a national award for just the amount of time and coverage that they devoted to this subject. That's local radio. Yeah. That's WBMC.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because with the stations, I mean, we've still got 4 stations here in this building.
Right.
But when you think about local coverage, where do you go for news? There's only 4 call letters. That's still in everybody's mind. It's WBMC.
Well, and that, I mentioned him just in passing, but there's a reason why when you're driving Smithville Highway, that there's a bridge named after a guy named Chick Brown, Franklin H. Chick Brown.
Yeah.
Is the amount of time, effort, and energy that man put into this community and trying to be a caretaker of this community and an information giver of this community, it's probably unprecedented.
Yeah, I've got one really funny story to tell you real quick.
We've got a few minutes, so you're good.
No, it's a short story. But Homer Wilson, who was the engineer, a very talented engineer, and he's still doing it as far as I know. But he built these studios when we moved them here and did a beautiful job. But anyway, he worked when WBMC was above the Southern Standard over there because it was upstairs for a while. And he said that it would be a quiet, Saturday afternoon, feet on the desk and not much going on. And the door to the studio would fly open with such force that the ceiling tiles would hop up. And Chick would come in and say, "Get out of the way." It was breaking news. That's how it went. And he said that Chick would walk in with his arm just, completely, just shove that door open with such force to report a story that the ceiling tiles would all jump out of there, which I thought was great, but also sort of a testament to how important getting that breaking news was.
Well, and how much he cared about it.
Big deal, and Chick is kind of famous before that, with the picture with MacArthur.
Right.
Yes.
Bill Zachman was just reminding us of that.
And then,
y'all were in the pre-show, so you didn't hear it, but
so I didn't work directly with Chick. I knew Chick. I asked him for a job earlier, and he told me to get lost.
That fueled you, right?
But I did. Being around Bud Godwin was pretty influential to me. He'd been around for years, and his voice came from atop my mother's refrigerator at home every morning before school. And to work with him, it was like, wow,
And then Kel was here at the end of Bud Godwin's time.
Yeah, part-time during still in the 90s, mid-90s. Bud was obviously still here, and Bud, I'll never forget this quick. Bud was our bridge to the past, okay? Because the stories he had to tell, he was a part of it. He was our bridge. And the one thing is that Bud was very scared of not being able to do anything but radio. He's probably told you the same thing, Chuck. I've got no hobbies. This is my hobby. This is my work. This is kind of my life outside of my family. This is what I do. And Bud got to basically go out on his terms. It's like he showed, Barnes got a great story of kind of Bud's, kind of last ride. For him basically to, within weeks of not being able to come into work here and kind of leave on those terms, that's how Bud wanted to go, and it was very fitting that he got to go that way.
Yeah.
Bud was something else. And, he was very well-read, well-versed, articulate. He did crossword puzzles every single morning. And there's probably some sitting around here somewhere.
Probably so.
Great
I
to
don't know.
have.
Chad throws a lot of stuff away.
Yeah, don't do that. But
say that again for Chad. I don't think you heard you.
Yeah.
And to be around, gosh, I could just go on and on, but I would forget someone really important. So I've learned not to do that. But Bill Zegman.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
He knows a lot about that, and he worked with Chick. He was around all that, and how to do radio professionally. So I'd like to think some of it rubbed off on us.
Yeah.
It's questionable with me.
No, it's questionable with all of us. The other thing I want to say too is that you get to kind of work with a guy still, but the very first voice that ever cracked a mic on WBMC, still living. Yeah. Dr. Norman Roan. Yeah. And what a great guy. I mean, just the best. So.
There was a little bit of a controversy going on at one time about what was the first song played on WBMC.
Right.
It's in a frame here somewhere.
There was a frame.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So that went back and forth a little bit. So yesterday I messaged him. I said, once and for all, we've got to put this to rest.
Oh, well, I thought I played it. Hold on. Let's see did I get it right?
I'm going to shout, or is it? It's.
I was always told I'll Fly Away from the Stamps was the first song.
One or the other.
Okay, that was always.
I think you might be right. I have to go back and look at my text message.
That was my lore. Was let's just. So that's what we played a minute ago. What? Wouldn't be the first time Dave been wrong.
No, I'm not sure you are. I'm thinking maybe. I'll look at my before I leave. I'll confirm.
Okay, we'll confirm that.
All right. But if he corrects us, we just won't say it. So.
Yes. Yeah. Well, thank y'all for being on with us today and reminiscing a little bit. We sure do appreciate y'all.
We need about 6 more hours. So we can work it out.
You know what? You are welcome anytime.
Thank you.
Anytime y'all want to come back.
Programs on that we don't care as much about. So
yeah, exactly.
Keep going.
That's where I spent most of my radio career. 3 p.m. to 10 p.m. on WBMC at low power.
Yeah, there you go.
No, we would love to have y'all back. But we do appreciate you coming to celebrate the birthday today. So
happy birthday, WBMC. Right?
It's an honor. Happy birthday.
Yep,
thank you.
Thank the two of you for stopping by.
Yep.
And thank you for all you're doing.
Yeah.
It's nice that things are kind of coming back together.
Yeah, I tell you what, mainstream media is doing a really great job of bringing local radio back.
I would agree with that. Absolutely.
Yeah. All right.
So, my turn?
Your turn.
Okay, so I have an announcement, a programming change.
Yes.
Today is my last day on Town Talk.
Yes.
We are bringing a show to the airwaves hopefully next week.
Yes.
We're going to call it The Good News.
Yes, which is very fitting for Justin.
Where I get to just spend a whole hour, we'll air it twice on Friday,
yes,
of good stories.
Good stories.
Oh, good
Happy
stuff.
Thank
stories.
you.
Yeah.
Good night, nurse. I'm tired of negativity.
Yes.
That Steve Hartman kind of CBS Sunday morning stuff. Love that.
Yeah. Some good positivity stuff.
Yeah, I think it's very fitting.
I probably won't play the
Justin.
piano on it like he did, but
Oh,
so with that, they're going to do some programming changes, management's decision, but I'm on board with this. The Justin Reed Show will continue 90s at 9 and then 10 to 12 for Regalia, so that's not changing.
Yes.
And we may be adding me on other musical shows.
Potentially, yes.
That we're still working out.
Yes, so Justin's not going anywhere.
Nope, I'll still be here. I'll still probably stop by. This one's actually happening this time.
Yes.
But I will say very quickly, because now I feel like it's my show of memories, I've been on BMC for 10%.
Mm-hmm.
I've been on for 7 years.
Yes.
10% of its history. So that's, not a whole lot, but that's still
well,
more
and the
than
good
some.
news will be on BMC.
The good news will still be on WBMC.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And it's very ironic because my last time I left Town Talk, I was pulled off on May the 1st. So I get to voluntarily leave on May the 1st. But so that's our news. Wanted to let people know.
Yes.
It's been fun.
Like I said, Justin's not going anywhere.
Nope,
He's still
I'm still
around.
here.
We'll probably still have you on occasion as well. So
I'll still be in the building.
Yeah. But we did want to let everybody know that on the birthday celebration, we kind of thought it was a fitting day to kind of celebrate Justin as well.
Here we are.
Yes. All right.
So thanks.
Best of luck.
Yeah,
Thanks.
good stuff.
Thanks.
Well, we're going to take a quick break, but we will be right back with more Town Talk. This is Raven Young.
Well, I can't help it, baby. I just can't stand still. I was born to wander and I probably always will.
This Mother's Day, treat the women who do it all to something special at the local on Morford in downtown McMinnville. Join us Sunday, May 11th for a beautifully crafted brunch featuring farm fresh favorites, mimosas, and all the love Mom deserves. Reservations are highly recommended. They fill up fast. Visit thelocalonmorford.com or give us a call to reserve your table today. The Local on Morford, where food meets family.
Looking for the ultimate lawn mowing machine? Check out the heavy-duty commercial mowers from Skag Power Equipment. With speeds up to 16 miles per hour and high-performance engine options like fuel injection and liquid cooling, Skag mowers can take lawn care to the next level. Proudly made in the USA for nearly 40 years, Skag is simply the best mower you can buy. Visit McMinnville Lawn and Garden at 129 Keel Drive for more info and great deals.
It's the Ben Lomond Security Red Alert Special. Grab a free combination smoke, heat, carbon monoxide detector with your new Ben Lomond Security service. This is close to a $200 value for free. When anything is detected, the combo detector triggers all other detectors audibly and visually in the system to quickly alert your family or coworkers. Feel more secure at home or the office knowing that Ben Lomond Security works around the clock for you. For a free quote and design layout, contact your local Ben Lomond Connect office or visit benlomondconnect.com. Some exclusions may apply. License number 1560.
At Pioneer Building Supply, we're your one-stop shop for lumber, tools, and building supplies. Whether you're tackling a major renovation or just need a few materials for a small project, we've got you covered. From framing to finishing touches, we have the products and expertise to help you get the job done right. Stop by and see us today at 231 Northgate Drive, Suite 250, McMinnville, or give us a call at 931-473-7777. Our friendly, knowledgeable team is always ready to help you with whatever you need for your next project. For 50 years, Pioneer Building Supply has been the trusted name in construction materials. We've built our reputation on quality, service, and the commitment to your success. Pioneer Building Supply, building your dreams since 1975.
Pioneer Building Supply.
Pioneer Building Supply, where good business make good friends.
Pioneer Building Supply.
At Redmond's Carpet, they offer a wide range of flooring options to suit your needs. Whether you prefer the softness of carpet, the durability of hardwood, the versatility of tile, or the affordability of vinyl, we've got you covered. We also offer luxury in vinyl plank LVP for those who want the look of hardwood with added durability. Serving McMinnville since 1969, Redmond's Carpet at 2512 Old Nashville Highway. Call them at 931-668-4900 for your next flooring option. Redmond's Carpet.
Good morning. Welcome back. My name is Raven Young. You are listening to Town Talk, and we are celebrating WBMC's 70th birthday. So far, we've had Bill Zechman, Chuck Haston, Brian Kell.
And is the channel turned on, Whistle Britches?
Now, we have...
Can I play a song? Okay. We have...
He always does that.
Yes.
And he's surprised every time.
Never be surprised by Justin.
Member of the Warren County Sports Hall of Fame, Jay Walker, and I share an affinity for the Lawrence Welk Show.
Oh, gotcha.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Well, thank you for being here with us this morning. And I tell you what, we got the light blinking here, so I'm going to take a call real quick if you don't mind.
Sure.
Good morning. You're on Town Talk.
Hey, good morning, Raven and Justin.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hey, Justin, what time is that show you're going to have on and what days?
Should be Friday, 10 o'clock, and 5 o'clock. We'll air it twice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And who is taking your place?
That's the $1 million question.
So, Abby Myers.
Okay, I didn't know if it was announced.
Yeah, well, I'm announcing it right now.
Okay.
Because she's starting Monday. So, we will be starting Monday. And Abby Myers, she is the owner of the Bike Bar. She was on earlier this week with us, but she will be my new co-host.
Oh, how wonderful!
Yes, I'm excited. Abby's going to be good.
It'll be good.
I'm going to miss Justin. I really am. I'm sure a lot of our listeners will feel that sentiment, but I hope that everybody still gives us a chance. And I think with Abby, I think it's still going to be an incredible show. I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm really looking forward to Justin's Good News show.
Yes,
I think
so.
It's going to be so fitting for him.
Well, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll miss Justin. So.
Well, thank you, Michelle. Just
all right.
Find me on Wild Country. I'm still there 9 to noon.
I will.
All right.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
All right. So, I don't know if you heard the news that we announced.
I just heard it. Abby was my sideline reporter on football games for a couple of years when she was in high school. So
well, that's cool.
Yeah.
There you go. So
he knows everybody.
He does know everybody.
That's why I represent him. And you, sir, are getting comments in our live feed. And I quote, "Hey,
I know that guy.
I know that guy." From one Drew Walker.
Drew Walker.
Yeah, he is a faithful listener. You know, you might share, a last name. Maybe you know him, you think?
I've heard the name.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Nah, he's
known him all his life.
At one time I said he was my mini-me, but he's bigger than me now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't qualify anymore for that.
So,
yeah.
Works hard. He was the hardest working videographer at the Southeastern Conference up until a couple of years ago that he changed careers, moved to Florida.
I know. Yeah. All the way down in Florida.
Yeah.
But
thank goodness we have an app.
He listens every single day, so he gets to stay tuned to local McMinnville happenings.
I don't know when he has time to work. I guess he fits it in.
Yeah, with all of his comments on Facebook, but
that's not our problem, Jay.
Yeah, you know
what? No.
Maybe he might be good at multitasking. He can listen to the show and work at the same time.
He is.
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming on this morning.
Well, I appreciate being asked. It's an honor.
Well, we're reminiscing on WBMC and all the good times everybody has had here. Do you have anything in particular that stands out over the years for you as a standout memory?
Oh, gosh, just working with legends such as Bud Codwin.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't work with Bill Zachman. Now, when I became news director back in '86, Thurl Ramsey made me the news director.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know anything about local government.
Yeah.
I didn't know how it worked. I mean, and
you got to learn sometime.
The first person he wanted me to go see was Bill Zachman.
Mm-hmm.
And so Bill kind of filled me in on how things work. And then Ron Martin, I don't know if you've heard that name before.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He was a school superintendent for a long time, but he also had a Saturday morning show here.
Oh, okay.
And he took me around to all the local elected officials, introduced me, and said, "Jay's going to be doing our news now,"
Yeah.
Which kind of made me nervous, because, news was a big deal around here. And I knew I had to do it right.
Yeah.
And I hope I did. But funny Ron Martin story. I first started working here back in about '85, came over from Sparta. Okay. I was working a late afternoon shift on WBMC in this very studio.
Mm-hmm.
And Ron Martin walks in the back door. Back there's now the front door.
Okay.
He comes in the back. I didn't know who he was. I didn't know him from Adam.
Mm-hmm.
It was wintertime, had a big, one of those fuzzy hats on. He just kind of looking around, and I asked, I said, can I help you with something? He said, he's sitting down in a chair with against a newspaper, He said, well, I was told I won a Christmas fruit basket. I came to pick it up. I said, well, there's nobody here, and I don't know. Well, I guess I won't get my fruit basket then. He started reading the paper. I came back in here. Only found out later who it was.
Right? Oh, that's funny. He had you confused.
Ron always walked like he was sneaking up on somebody.
Oh.
He did. That's just an observation.
That's a good visual right there.
An observation. But,
so I guess he didn't get his fruit basket.
No. But
man.
He had a Saturday morning show. He was the first one I ever heard use that McMinnville song.
Oh, yeah.
On a show. Now, Aaron Durham used it on his show over WAKI. I don't know who had it first.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe
It's
you
a
both
good
used it.
song,
Yeah.
which Grace Family Pharmacy has that as their song on their ad right now.
It's their
But
jingle,
it's just so catchy. I sing along with it every time I hear it.
Bob Foltz wrote it.
Yeah.
And I actually worked with him a little bit on the radio.
Yeah.
On WAKI.
Okay.
For a couple of years.
Yeah. Well, and now you're doing, you have been doing the sports, and I mean, you're still around. You're still
He's still the voice of the Pioneers.
Yeah,
Still
you're
around.
still here. We appreciate you being here.
Well,
I don't know that sports would be the same without you, so we appreciate you.
Well, thank you very much. I did get to work a couple of games with Tolly Wayne. I'm sure you've heard that name.
Yes.
He was a fixture here for a long time. And a very good basketball play-by-play announcer. And I got to work a couple of games with him in the 80s.
Okay.
And so that was fun.
So when exactly did you say 85 is when you started?
I believe it was 85. I think I'm thinking November or December of 85. It's right before Thurl Ramsey took over.
Okay.
And
okay.
I know my first day here, of course you're nervous.
Uh-huh.
You know, you're the new guy. And
I
go
was
to
so
do
nervous.
I go to cut a commercial in the production room. And of course you got to learn the equipment.
Mm-hmm.
And it took me a while.
Yeah.
I guess I was taking too long. And the GM at the time, she comes in there and opens the door. She said, "You still in here?" You know, I don't think she meant anything by it, but it kind of made me nervous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not a good way to start.
Mm-hmm.
But we had a good time. Worked with people like Jeff Barnes, Jeff Edwards,
the Jeffs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, of course. There's Bud, Kelly Marlowe. Worked with him for a number of years.
Mm-hmm.
But Bud's office is right outside mine.
Yeah.
You know, I was news director,
Mm-hmm.
and Bud had a cubicle right outside my office.
Okay.
And, he was always fun to talk to.
Yeah.
You know, and
Cubicles back there.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, there were still cubicles when Main Street Media took over.
Bought it.
Now, they were filled with junk. One of them had like
Chad
14
just threw 'em
monitors
all
in
away.
it.
But there was one story. I guess I can tell it.
Hey, it's free for all. We're telling
yeah.
all the stories.
Bud had a story he liked to tell about Chick Brown.
Mm-hmm.
From over at the Standard Building. And evidently the production room opened up into the control room.
Okay.
And so he said Chick would go in there, start doing this commercial for Big K.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Big K, you know, and he could hear him in there doing it. But he'd mess up. Chick kept messing up.
Uh-huh.
And he was getting frustrated. Now we can, you know, we get frustrated and we might say a word or two. Doesn't mean we're not good Christian folks.
Yeah, that we're not allowed to say on
We're
radio.
human.
Yeah.
So he's the way Bud tells it, Chick got frustrated, and about time Bud opened the mic to say something, you hear an old blank coming from that. And Bud liked to tell that story. So fast forward back in the 90s.
Uh-huh.
I'm standing in the WBMC studio, this one right here. Somebody, I don't remember who was in here, but they had not heard that story.
Mm-hmm.
So Bud was telling the story. He was laughing. And but then I remembered, about this time of day, a preacher always comes in to get ready to do his 10 minutes show. So I'm standing by the door because I knew it was almost time for the preacher to come. And just about the time Bud got to the punchline, the old blank punchline, here's a preacher. He starts to open the door. I just pushed it closed because I didn't know. I panicked. I didn't know what I was. Oh no! And then
old Jay.
And then Bud kind of looks up, and here's a preacher walking in. You know, he didn't
know
what was
going on. Yeah. Oh man, that's a good one.
Jay, can you stay after the break?
Yeah, you want to stay with us
because
for another minute?
I want to tease something I know.
Okay.
Because my star client over here, remember the Warren County Sports Hall of Fame, Jay Walker,
yes,
has had national recognition for helping break a news story.
I hadn't heard that.
Okay.
Okay, we'll get our story straight during the break. We'll come back.
Okay, we'll be right back with more Town Talk. This is Raven Young.
Night train is whining low. I'm so lonesome I could cry. I've never seen a night so
Ascension St. Thomas River Park is here to listen to you because caring for you is our #1 priority. Ascension Care Teams start by understanding you, your health, and your life to deliver care that's right for you. Now offering cardiac CT angiography services, a non-invasive cardiac exam that looks at the blood vessels that supply blood to the heart and can detect if plaque has narrowed the coronary arteries. The compassionate, personalized care you've come to expect is right here in McMinnville. We're more than just a hospital, ER, and a clinic. We want to give you hope, health, and strength.
McMinnville, you're a part of me. McMinnville, McMinnville, Tennessee. There's nothing like you anywhere around. I'm proud to say you're my hometown.
This is Christy Partain with Graves Family Pharmacy, and we check all the boxes when it comes to family, community, and patient care. We have the best drive-thru in town where you will be greeted with a smile, and you can talk to us while being fully protected from the sun and the rain. Why go to a big box store when you can talk with local people that truly care about you and your family? Follow us on Facebook and feel free to ask questions. Come see us on Main Street at Graves Family Pharmacy, where you are much more than just a name and date of birth.
McMinnville, Tennessee.
With the changing of the seasons, Middle Tennessee is a beautiful place to be. Now is the perfect time to purchase or remodel your home or to buy that boat, camper, or land you've been looking at. This is Matt Ritchie, loan officer at Security Federal, and I'm here to help make these dreams a reality. So whether you're ready to make a big purchase, invest for retirement, or just establish your credit, come see us at Security Federal. We are the local bank with smiling faces, always happy to help you. See why we are known as the friendliest bank in town. Security Federal, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hello, it's me from MES. I'm here to tell you about another way to pay your bill. It's our new phone line you can call anytime, day or night, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and on holidays. It's also easy to remember. 931-507-4MES. That's 507-4637. All you have to do is make sure MES has your correct phone number on file. When you pay this way, there are no card fees for bills up to $300. Pay your way with MES.
Remember how your grandmother cooked all those special meals that you ate all your life? Well, I was spoiled. My grandmother and my mother both prepared meals for me daily.
And if you're lucky, Newt might just share a story with you.
If not a story, I'll give you or share a piece of Mary Etta's cobbler. How about that?
Newt's Barbecue in Rock Island and now McMinnville. Eat with the legends. More adventures from Caden, the Coca-Cola Crate Kid, and Newt's Barbecue.
Talk Radio, WBMC, and translator W249DQ McMinnville, WBMC.
Georgia.
Good morning. Welcome back. My name is Raven Young. You are listening to Town Talk, and we are celebrating WBMC's 70th birthday today. And I do want to say a quick thank you to a Town Talk sponsor, wonderful place, Juicy's Wellness Cafe, where we believe your health is your wealth, where every sip and bite is farm to table all year long, fresh, vibrant, and packed with purpose, because real food fuels real change. Juices or juice shots and meals crafted with care by the Juicy's crew just for you. So come feel the difference, because wellness isn't a trend, it's a lifestyle. Juicy's Wellness Cafe, located in historic downtown McMinnville. Real food, real reasons, real good, where being healthy is cool. Thank you for being a wonderful sponsor of Town Talk. And we do still have local legend, Mr. Jay Walker, in with us this morning. So thank you for being here today.
Thank you.
So I have a question, because every time I say your name, I get corrected. So I just want to be sure that you do respond to Jay Walker.
Yeah.
See?
Well, yeah, because he's in an interview. But if you see my star client out at the Dollar General, it's member of the Warren County Sports Hall of Fame, Jay Walker.
Okay.
Did you know I have another client on the roster now?
No.
I have junior representation of Drew Walker. Because it only made sense.
Well, yeah.
You know, for all his McMinnville area appearances. Middle Tennessee, I represent him there.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I just wanted to clear that up. Just make sure I was right in that case.
Yeah, I do answer.
He's being nice because you're the host of the show.
Okay.
Now, we teased something before the break.
We did. Yeah.
So Jay has been interviewed multiple places. One I was thinking of in particular for a BBC story.
Yeah. We had a local story here, a tragic story back in about '95, I guess, and won't go into it, but because it was tragic. But it made CNN and it made the national news. And BBC calls me, wants to interview me about it on one of their radio shows. So, okay, so about 8 o'clock at night, I wait for their call, here at the radio station. And they called me. We did a little segment. I explained to them what was going on. And then after it was over, the producer gets back on there. She says, "Oh, that's just smashing. How about that? I was smashing."
You were smashing. Okay.
And he still is today.
You know what? I just think it's great that you are still here and working with WBMC, with Main Street Media to bring coverage to everything. Because I stated earlier with Brian Kell and Chuck in here that, your voice is definitely one of the most prominent ones that I remember, I guess, over the airwaves. And so the fact that you're still out here and willing to do that for the community, I think is really cool.
Well, they say radio gets in your blood,
Mm-hmm.
and it does, and it's that way with Chuck and Brian and anybody that's worked here.
Right.
They have a love for it, and it was breaking my heart to see what was happening to this radio station before new ownership took over. And it was guys like Justin here.
Justin that kept it going.
Hamilton,
Mm-hmm.
Anthony.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for those three, I don't know what would have happened right here.
I agree.
Somebody had to keep the lights on.
Yeah. You had to keep the home fires burning. And,
yep.
And you did. And, you should be congratulated for it. And,
absolutely.
Appreciate that.
New ownership came in and just took over at a fast pace.
Made it better.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, but you're right. If it hadn't been for Justin, Hamilton,
right.
Anthony, there might not have been a radio for Main Street Media to come in and take over.
That's right. Because it was,
they kept it going.
Yeah, I retired back in 2020
mm-hmm.
during the pandemic.
Right.
And it was getting pretty bad.
Oh yeah.
Then, and then
it got worse.
After that, other people went their separate ways. And,
mm-hmm.
I can say that. I don't work for them anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not a company anymore. I can say that.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but it's like they didn't care about McMinnville anymore.
Yeah.
And so they wouldn't even let me do baseball last year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
Man, who tells Jay Walker no?
Well,
apparently them,
but
seriously,
I give you a list.
That was a mistake.
I don't think you want that. So.
Oh man! All right. Well, we have got to do birthdays really quick.
Very quickly, and then I've got a final closer.
Yes. Okay. So, Jay Walker, thank you for being here with us.
Well,
You're
thank
welcome
you for asking me.
to listen to birthdays if you want to.
Do you want to read the birthday list?
Yeah. Do you want to?
Do you want me to?
I knew the answer's no.
If you want to, you're welcome to. You don't have to.
I will if you want me to.
It's mainly deciphering her chicken scratch.
Yeah, that's if you can.
It's a mixture of chicken scratch and hieroglyphics. How are you on?
Yeah. Here, I'll tell you what. I'll read the long list, and then I'll let you read the shorter one.
The day that has two names.
Yeah, because the writing gets worse as I go down the list, so it gets harder. So I'll start with today, May 1st.
That is a short list.
Right? I'll start with today, May 1st. We have happy birthday to Tracy Travis, Ronnie Minton, Lucy Adcock, Cynthia Gribble, Bradley Brown, Lori Anderson, Kim Blevins Wilson, Russell Milstead, David Kell Grissom, Brandy Mansfield, Sabril Cotton, Ridge Ramsey, Haley Muncie, Wade Smith, and Ricky Cagle are all celebrating birthdays today. Happy birthday to Ronnie Minton, who is our birthday winner. You win a gift certificate to the Captain D's. And then, Jay, who do you have on your list? And that is for Sunday, I believe.
Okay, Elizabeth Bennett and Kinsley Rutledge.
Perfect. Those were more legible. All right, and then we also have...
who's the winner?
Oh, yeah, who's the winner? Who's the one circled on that one?
Elizabeth Bennett.
She is the birthday winner. And then I'm going to let you read this one because we also have one anniversary for today.
Well, I know who wins.
Don and Peggy Webster.
Yes, and so they were the only anniversary submitted this week, so they are also the winners there. So birthday winners, Ronnie Minton, Elizabeth Bennett, and then anniversary winners, Dawn and Peggy Webster. So thanks to all of our listeners for submitting the names for birthdays and anniversaries. All right, you got a minute and 15 seconds, Justin.
Well, first off, I want to do my quick show and tell.
Okay.
Because Chuck Haston just gifted me this.
Yes.
And it's an album I already had, but I didn't have this one. It's Tennessee Ernie Ford's World of Pop and Country Hits. And Whistle Britches, I doubt you can zoom in all the way, but there is a stamp up here in the top corner that says WHNR McMinnville.
Oh, that's so cool.
Which became BMC, FM, and other stuff. But I own the microphone flag for WHNR.
Oh, okay.
So that's really cool. So we'll spin this
really
on the
cool.
Justin Reed Show. I want to thank you for letting me be your co-host.
Well, thanks for being my
It's been
co-host.
fun.
I have learned so much from you.
Yeah, I hope so.
I couldn't have done this without you. I mean, starting, I had no radio experience, so I am so appreciative of you and everything, the guidance that you have done.
Always next door and a text away if you need me.
Yeah. Well,
And I mean that.
Well,
and I've enjoyed it.
It'll happen.
Okay,
I promise.
I know it will. Can I close out with some words of wisdom?
You
Good friend
sure
once
can.
told me
I'm
one time.
going to let you clear the show today.
Knowledge is power, and power corrupts. So study hard, be evil, and take over the world. And y'all come to see us when you can here on Town Talk. Play the thing here on WBMC.